Okay, we're here at the homeless rally at Loaves and Fishes in Sacramento, California.
Oh yeah, I was there. I remember that.
Thank you. Talking with people about the march today for safe ground, trying to get people who don't have homes a safe place in order to rest their head and live.
The main thing is it's wrong to try to just harass people just because they don't have a home.
Are you homeless?
Yes, I am.
And how long have you been homeless?
This last time for probably about 3 weeks. The last time before I was homeless, I was homeless straight for 1.5 years.
What's your name, darling?
Chelsea Harlan.
Okay, Chelsea, thank you so much for talking with me. Now, what do you want to see happen today with this march?
I want to see us make a difference because God doesn't like people that are too proud. It doesn't take but 2 seconds to lose everything you've ever had. Being homeless, you learn humility. You learn how to live without material possessions. You learn how to make it and survive on the streets, and it's not easy. You never know when you're going to get killed, when you're going to get shot down, sometimes raped, sometimes God knows what else. Somebody can pull a knife on you.
There's no legal place.
Those people that have housing, yes, things happen, but they're a little bit more safe than those on the streets because you don't have any place to call.
John, can you take a minute with me now just to give me an overview? So what's happening here today?
Safe ground. Safe ground.
So we're going to have some officials here. We're going to get some coverage. What?
Yeah, Carlin's going to be here from the City Council. We were hoping for a couple of state legislators to be here, but considering the condition of the budget and everything, I think they're going to be busy.
Probably, yeah.
So it's going to make it difficult to get them here today, but we're going to have a representative from the mayor's office, that'd be Andrew.
Okay.
And
so where's the possible safe ground, John? What's the plan?
We'll know when we get there.
All right. So we don't have an idea yet.
Let's just say it's going to be in plain sight. Everybody will know exactly what we're about here.
All right.
But remember something here. We're not here to start a revolution. That started in 1776.
Right.
We're here to end a revolution. We're here to put an end to this madness. 90% of the people you see out here are not going to have a place to sleep tonight. And at last count, I was up to about 200 and something. So all those folks need a place to sleep.
So when does it close? When does the shelter system close? Cal Expo?
Cal Expo's closed.
So now where are people sleeping?
That's what we're going to figure out today.
All right, John. I'm here with you, buddy. I'm going to get it on the website and get it cast out to the general public and do whatever I can to help.
All right, I appreciate that.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, again, I want to thank you all for being here. You know, I've worked with those who suffer poverty in Sacramento for the last 24 years. And I've never been filled with so much hope that we can make a real difference not only in Sacramento but across the country.
Hi, I'm Tina Reynolds.
For all those who suffer poverty. Francis House is very proud to stand with SHOCK, the Sacramento Homeless Organizing Committee, and Loaves and Fishes, and all of you who are threatened by a governmental policy that criminalizes homelessness and pursues a practice of denial that homeless people exist and that they have a rightful place in our community. We are one. If we are to learn anything from the economic debacle that threatens all of us, it's that the tired us versus them attitude that has divided and compartmentalized all of us obviously doesn't work. Greed doesn't work. Goodbye, Madoff and Enron and all the institutions that rewarded self-interest over community. We are one. This is more than a rally or a march or a campaign. This is a movement to make a stand for justice, to do away with the us versus them philosophy that has prevailed and that all of us have placidly tolerated. We are finally one. Just as the poor shall always be among us, there will always be those among us who choose to camp on the fringes of community. But we can bring a majority of them into self-governed, accommodating, outdoor or indoor communities with amenities as we will propose. We suggest very inexpensive sanctioned small communities that are off the grid and that would provide all the amenities to keep it safe, clean, and well-governed. This dome on the truck here is a good example of how simply and economically and cleanly we could house the homeless. Sacramento is a bellwether city and a bellwether state, and we're in a bellwether country. The eyes of the world are on us right now as the world's economy threatens everyone. It is incumbent on us to work together with those suffering isolation and persecution, along with city and county leaders, service providers, and the local communities, to take an original, courageous, compassionate, and innovative approach to the problems associated with homelessness. We can only expect the problem to grow in the short term. St. John's Shelter now has a waiting list of 340 women and children.
Loitering. What kind of society promises equality and tolerates an unemployment rate above 10% and says to the unemployed who can't find jobs because there are no jobs that it's your own damn fault? And what about the poor getting housing? How can you afford housing if you don't even have a job? What kind of society is it that has the most sophisticated medical centers imaginable, but won't treat Americans too poor to pay for it and too poor to buy insurance? What kind of society is it that turns corn, food, into oil for big cars and pays farmers not to plant wheat but can't afford free meals to the hungry? What kind of society is it that closes shelters, closes health clinics, eliminates public housing, eliminates welfare, eliminates Head Start and daycare centers for children, and Meals on Wheels for adults? I'll tell you what kind of society it is. It's a society which needs to change. It's a society run by politicians for the benefit of the rich who supported their elections. Politicians who should be thrown out of office because they don't serve the interests of the people. They serve the interests of their people. How idiotic and narrow-minded and spiteful is the city's policy to use law enforcement to cite and arrest homeless people who, without any other place to go, need to sleep outdoors. Instead of spending hundreds, even thousands of dollars to cite, arrest, prosecute, and jail homeless people just for being homeless, for next to nothing they could allow them to set up camp in designated public places on safe ground, where they can be safe, secure, and grapple with their many needs without having to fear that if they leave their stuff, the little property they have, it'll be ripped off or seized and discarded. We're calling for a show of humanity. No, we're demanding it. In the name of the founders of this great country who established it to ensure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, who created a country where all people have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We are demanding safe ground, where homeless people can organize their camps and be in peace, as a first step to realizing the American dream guaranteed to all. Housing for all. Safe ground. Safe ground. Safe ground. Thank you.